Hey guys, it's your old pal ThePromG here. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting here on the floor by the shelf. You've probably never seen a single one of my videos. And that is a completely fair question, but the reason is, today I'm doing a video unlike anything that I've ever done before. Today I'm doing my first ever Manga Unhaul video. Just like how a manga haul video is showing off all this stuff, I added my collection. A Manga Unhaul will be showing off all of the manga that I am getting rid of in my manga collection. I'm not the first to do a video like this, but it's the first one that I've ever done. I'm really trying to get rid of a lot of stuff in my collection to trim down the fat so I can have higher quality overall. And trust me, there is a lot of manga I'm going to be talking about in this video. You can't see it right now, but we have a lot of stuff to get through today in this Manga Unhaul video. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little bit of a different type of video. If you guys do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So without any further ado, let's get right into the first manga series that I'm unhauling. I guess the easiest thing to do to start off with is go through some single volumes that I'm getting rid of before we go into the whole series. The first one I'm getting rid of is Satoshi Kon's Dream Fossil. Now I actually got this in the manga Secret Santa from Tony Reed's manga, and I really feel bad getting rid of it. But I tried reading this recently and I just was not into it. I'm pretty sure that as far as Satoshi Kon's manga goes, this short story collection is considered one of his weaker releases. You know, I'm not really a huge fan of any of his series except for Seraphim Wings, which I thought was really good. And again, I kind of feel bad out getting rid of a gift, but I just wasn't feeling it, so it has to go. Next up here, we have something that I actually really did like. That is the No Longer Human Complete Collection. This is the Usamara Furuya version, not the Junji Ito version, obviously. I recently read this and really liked it, but I'm not a huge fan of this omnibus. The paper quality is just a little bit thinner than I like. I didn't like having to kind of bend the omnibus, and the singles are a lot cheaper now, so I think I'm gonna pick those up. I already have the second one, so I just need the first and third one. So I definitely plan on revisiting this manga, just not in this omnibus edition. Oh man, next we got a kind of sad one that I don't really want to get rid of. That is Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater. If you watched my blind box battle with Manga Sloth, one of the forfeits that I got was having to sell a manga, and this was unfortunately the manga that I chose. Just a beautiful omnibus, but you know, a deal is a deal. Gotta sell this one on Manga Swap for a really cheap price. Moving on here, we have Voices of a Different Star. This is Makoto Shinkai manga. This is also a movie of the same name. This was a decent read about like this couple that one of them goes into space for like space school. They send each other text messages, but as they get farther and farther apart, it ends up taking like years for these messages to receive, and they kind of just grow apart but kind of maintain this relationship. Really cool concept, not executed the best, but for the amount that I enjoyed this, I really don't think that this volume really has much of a place in my manga collection anymore. Next volume here that I'm getting rid of is Love at 14 Volume 1. This was a cute little volume. I bought this because this is, I think, one of the more rare volumes of the series. It's at my half-price books, and I considered collecting it all, but you know, though I did enjoy this first volume, it's just not something I see myself picking up the rest of. Next volume on the chopping block is Record of Ragnarok. Bars. I didn't actually read this volume. I got this free bundled in when I bought something else off of Reddit Manga Swap. Even if I like this, which I don't think I'd like absolutely love it, this again, not something I see myself really committing to and picking up the rest of these volumes as they come out. This next one is kind of funny. Here we have Classroom of the Elite, Volume 1 of the manga. I picked this up just because I wanted to see what it was like, and obviously it's not quite as good as the light novel as you could probably expect. So again, not picking up the rest of this, but it was really cool to experiment with the manga version of one of my favorite light novels. I think this is the last single volume of manga that I'm selling off. This is Masamune-kun's Revenge Volume 1. This was just bad. I could not get into this. I know the series is actually kind of rare, a lot of these volumes, but this is just not good. I really don't know what else to say. Did not enjoy this at all. Now moving on to the actual manga series, some complete sets, some incomplete sets, ongoing sets. The first one here is Scryed, volumes 1 through 5. I got this for like 35 bucks on eBay. The fifth volume is especially hard to find sometimes. Really cool like character designs and armor designs, as you can see, but as it's just sat on my shelf, I've kind of lost all desire to read it. I've heard some pretty mixed and negative things about this manga series. It's just been sitting on my shelf for like over a year, so haven't touched it yet. I probably won't ever, or at least for a very long time, so gonna get rid of this one. Now, something that I did actually read and actually kind of liked was Peach Fuzz, volumes 1 through 3. Very weird title, very weird covers. But yeah, this is like a cute little manga about these like elementary school girls who buy like a fair, I believe it was, and you know, they have all these shenanigans. It's really cute. I did like this, but it's not something I ever really see myself going back to. Now here's something that's actually pretty cool, and this is one of my best finds from Half Price Books this past year. That is volumes 1 through 4 of Variant. Now I did a manga review on this series, a really interesting horror manga, like body horror, but not, you know, the best thing I've ever read. I give it like a 6 out of 10, and for me to keep something, it probably has to be at least a 7 or higher, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this. And again, they are pretty rare, some of these volumes, so I'll be able to get a decent amount back for them. All right, now we're getting into a little bit more controversial things that I'm selling. Some of you guys might be surprised with a couple of the series coming up here. The first one that I'm a little bit reluctant to get rid of, but I think I kind of have to, that is Blood on the Tracks, everything I have of this series, which is the first 11 volumes. This series is really good, really addictive, but the thing with Shuzo Oshimi manga, if you guys haven't read any of his series, like Flowers of Evil, Blood on the Tracks, what have you, these volumes go by so fast, and these are like $11 or $10 per pop, and these take up a lot of space on the shelf. So I think the best course of action, I will continue reading this series, because again, I think it's really good and addictive, but I'm just not going to pick up the rest of these, especially after they announced that the first 12 volumes of the series are merely a part 1, so there's going to be way more of this. I just think it'll be more worth it and efficient for me in the long run to just continue reading this series online instead of having, you know, 2 whole shelves dedicated potentially to just Blood on the Tracks. In a similar boat, we got some more Shuzo Oshimi manga. We got the first 2 volumes of Welcome Back, Alice. As I was considering unhauling Blood on the Tracks, I'm kind of like, you know what, I might as well just sell these off as well because these go by really fast. Again, I enjoyed these first 2 volumes a whole lot, but I'll just continue to read them online because it's a lot cheaper and probably it's the better option for me. And we got 2 more Oshimi volumes here. We have Shino Can't Say Her Name, which was a decent read, but nothing I would say I would revisit frequently, or it was good enough to keep in my collection. And then Happiness Volume 1, just couldn't get into this. I don't like vampires. What can I say? Next up on the shopping block, we have some volumes of Sergeant Frog. I'm not going to list off like what specifically volumes I have here. These are just duplicates. As you can hopefully see, I have this entire set, or not the entire set, basically a couple volumes, but this is my main set right here, and these are duplicates, so hopefully I can sell these off to a happy home who will really enjoy them. The next series that I'm selling, or actually I've already sold this a couple of days ago, but that is going to be all of my Iron Walk Jan volumes. Now, Weeabra got me addicted to picking up this series. I read the first like 8 volumes maybe, and it was good, but just not something that I really want to commit to picking up the rest. If you guys don't know, these volumes are very rare, especially like 27. Just picking these up is a pain in the ass. And you know, I got most of them, but I just kind of fell out of love with the series, wasn't motivated to read it, and I sold these off for more than I bought it for. I'll probably end up making about $20 profit from what I paid for all these and what I sold them off for after they're all shipped out and fees are paid. So not a fruitless adventure, I gotta say. I owned these volumes for a little bit of time, but you know, it's time for these to go on to a new home. And finally, the last manga series that I am 100% going to sell is gonna be another controversial one, and one that I'm kind of sad to see go, but I think this is the right choice. We have Grand Blue Dreaming. Now, I've talked about this series being like probably my top 25, and I really like these volumes every single time I read them. I have volumes 1 through 17. Again, this is a really, really fun series. Love these characters, Yori, you know, the gang. I love reading this series, but after 17 volumes, and the series hasn't really gone anywhere, which is my big issue with it, especially in the romance department. It seems like at the end of every volume, they're teasing something that could happen, but after 17 volumes, here I am with a stack full of books and nothing to show for it. Maybe nothing to show for it isn't the right way to say it. You know, I have enjoyed every single one of these volumes, but again, just not one that I see myself going back from the beginning and reading over and over again, time after time in my manga collection. Really not point to owning it then. I think I'm just gonna keep up to date with this online. And yeah, it just is so frustrating because if this had actually gone somewhere with the romance, it'd probably still be on my shelves today. Now, there are 2 manga series that I am like really, really close to selling, but I'm still a little bit on the fence, so I didn't bring them out here to like show in front of the camera. The first one is Bokurano Hours. This series has just shot up in value. Volume 3 has been rare for like the longest time, and I own all 11 of these in great condition, but it's just such a cool thing to own that it really is hard for me as like an out-of-print hunter and collector to just sell these off, even though they are worth a lot of money, and maybe we'll even get reprinted someday, who knows. But for now, these are going to stay in my collection, but these could easily be sold off tomorrow, who knows. And the other series is my Knights of Sidonia singles from Vertical. These are like beautiful. Love how these look on the shelves, and again, I loved Tsutomu Nihei, one of my favorite sci-fi authors ever. Again, the out-of-print singles are really cool to have, but, you know, the series isn't, like, amazing. I still really enjoy it, but I was actually just flipping through these volumes before, contemplating whether I should take them off the shelf for this video, and I just remembered all the awesome moments and the mystery in that series, so I'm keeping those for now. I don't think they're even, like, that rare, so you're not really a point in, like, selling them to get a whole bunch of money, but for now they're staying, but again, they could easily be gone in a day or two. But that is going to do it for this Manga Unhaul video, just going over all of the manga that I plan on selling. I have a bit of stuff that I bought to sell that I'm not going over in this video, obviously, but this is stuff that I'm getting rid of from my actual collection. Some stuff that I kind of don't want to see go, but at the same time, I'm clearing up a lot of space and it feels really, really good. So leave a comment down below telling me, are you planning on selling any of your manga soon to free up your collection? Have you ever done a massive unhaul like the one I'm currently in the middle of? Let me know down in the comments below, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this little bit of a different type of video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.